What's up, man?
You want me to take it?
Yeah, man, take it.
This one?
Uh-huh.
Please mute it.
Yeah.
Because I think I'm gonna try and get thrown out.
Let's see, which one is that? Good afternoon and welcome. Well, actually, good morning here from Panama City Beach, Florida. We've got an interesting matchup today, and we've got a new camera angle. We've got a mobile cam. Connor Pollen is on the mobile cam today. I will try to cut over to him pretty frequently, and I'm going to try to get him in the corner of the screen while the game's going on. So we've got a little dugout camera angle as well, so that should be a fun addition to the broadcast. This is a great matchup today between the Ohio State Buckeyes and the NC State Wolfpack in Panama City Beach, Florida. It's the second time they've ever met down here. NC State took that first matchup. We'll review the box score from a couple years ago. And let's get into the starting lineups here, as you're just getting a look around the ballpark here. Here are the lineups. Let me refresh them real quick. Those are from the other day. Oh, hold on. Save. Now let's refresh them. There they are. So the Buckeyes gave me last names and no numbers. So that's what they're getting today. For the Wolfpack, it's Sipe, Stanfield, Montgomery, Creech, Irving, Aaron Smith, Jack Winger, John Constantino, Wyatt Herring, and Shep Fowler on the bump. Who's going to start today? What's the holdup here? Okay. I've just heard through the field here, Aaron Smith is not ready to play. Is that what's going on? John Constantino is going to try to play first here? Is that what's going on? Aaron, maybe this might be a bathroom break type of deal. I'm not sure. Aaron not aware of the game starting. Connor, what's going on, man? Okay, well, field camp still going on. You get a long look at the lineup here. This is an awfully strange start to a game. Oh, there's Aaron Smith. Think you're ready to start the ball game now? All right. Let's take the lineups off the screen. Oh, I got to get the scoreboard right. Nate's not up to par today either. All right, scoreboard's looking better now. Both me and Aaron are having a slow morning apparently this morning. All right. All right, back to the center or the home plate cam here. Shep Fowler towing the rubber for the Wolfpack. He's facing Kim, the DH for the Buckeyes, and we've got a strike to start the day. Shep Fowler is a sophomore from Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina. He has one start under his belt this year, 4 and a third total innings. No decisions yet on the year. That one will be popped up into right center field, and it will drop for a base hit. The Buckeyes start with a base runner. Fowler has allowed 5 hits in those 4 and a third innings, 4 runs, only one of those earned, however, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, and an ERA of 2.08. So a good start to you for Shep. These guys really like the energy that Shep brings to the dugout and his demeanor on the mound. Great addition to this program. He transferred in after one season at North Carolina Wesleyan, a Division III school. There's the first pitch in there. Breaking pitch, called strike one. This is Adams, number 6. I'll try to get first names throughout the game here, as that one is fouled back by him. So defensively, the Wolfpack are looking like this. In left field, Jack Wingard. Center, Alec Creech. And right, Jake Montgomery. In the infield, third base, Eli Sipe. Shortstop, Drew Stanfield. Second, Wyatt Herring. And at first base, Aaron Smith. Catcher today is Caden Irving. That one outside, and it'll be 1-2 to Adams. So the Wolfpack are feeling good. They come in after winning their Tuesday doubleheader here at PCB. They dropped the first game, ending that 23-game win streak down here in Florida, dating back all the way to 2015. The Illini of Illinois beat them 4-0 in that game one. That one tapped back up the middle. Stanfield goes for it, and he won't get it. It'll get under the mid of Herring as well. We'll have back-to-back singles to start the ball game. That was just kind of put in an awkward spot right over the glove of Shep, and then neither of the middle infielders could find it. That brings up the 3 spot in Fisher for the Buckeyes. The Buckeyes, their week is kind of similar. They lost their first game down here to Iowa and then rebounded well, as that one was dropped in there for a strike one as well. So Chef Fowler starting guys off, getting ahead. Ohio State, we watched them beat UMass as they as the Wolfpack played the Minutemen right after. That swung through, and it's 0-2 early to another batter. And I believe they also beat another team. I'm trying to recall who it was, because the Division II team is down here as well, so sometimes you get those schedules confused. 0-2 to Fisher. That one runs inside, clanks him off the shoulder, and we've got the bases juiced to start. And Shep just gets ahead really well, but has allowed 2 singles and a hit by pitch after he's got guys in an 0-2 count. So not ideal. This is number 12, Coons. That one ground to the second baseman, Herring. This could be 2 to Stanfield at second, and he drops the ball. The Wolfpack cannot get out of their own way to start this ball game. Wow, the bases are still going to be loaded. Ohio State's on the board 1-0 here. And an E, I'm not sure if they'll be counting an E4 or an E6. That was a catchable ball, but it was at the feet of Stanfield. I mean, they just cannot get an out. There's some sort of disagreement between Caden Irving and the home plate umpire, or the field umpire. Okay, I think they have a problem with Shep Fowler's choice of footwear. Is that what's going on? Yeah, okay, so this is a no spikes facility here, and I know guys do wear spikes here because I've seen them, and I guess these umpires have just chosen to enforce that rule now on Shep Fowler, so we'll be converting to some turf shoes here as you got a good Connor Pollen cam here. So nothing's going NC State's way. They can't wear the right shoes. They can't show up on time in the case of Aaron Smith. And they can't feel the ball in the case of the infielders right now. Been a lot of banter with the umpire here to start. Not usually a good sign to start a baseball game. It's okay, so Shep's ready. Thank you, Connor, for providing the dugout cam there. What a weird start to a ball game. 1-0 Ohio State. NC State can't get an out. That's the main problem here for the Wolfpack. Man, that's an instant form of entertainment there, isn't it, with the dugout cam? I think that's a great addition. We might have to make that permanent. Fowler bounces one in there. This is the 5-spot Logan. Is ball one. Hey, he started with a ball this time. Maybe that's a good sign. We can get an out. Starting with strikes apparently doesn't work. I think that's a great addition. We might have to make that permanent. Thank you all 16 viewers that are tuning in right now. Hope some Ohio State fans tune into that. That'd be cool. Obviously have to put up with a biased broadcast, but glad you're joining us. That one will miss as well. 2-0. So the shoes don't, the first 2 pitches don't seem to agree with Shep. We'll see if we can dial it in here. I mean, this is a tough way to start a game if you're a Wolfpack fan. I mean, just one base hit could really break things open here for Ohio State. There's no outs in the inning. On the outside corner, it's 2-1. Derek Ostowski, thank you for the comment. Umps didn't have an issue with my spikes against Iowa State. Yeah, I've seen lots of guys wear spikes this week. It's really just if umpires enforce it. Obviously, they don't want you to have spikes out here. Again, not saying that it's okay, to wear spikes, but it's really just an umpire enforcement thing, and they chose to enforce it. So I'm not sure what sparked that. I'm not sure if the umpire just randomly noticed. I'm not sure why he got away with it for a couple batters. As Logan swung and missed the last pitch, it is now 2-2. Another breaking pitch in the zone, fouled off by Logan. So I hope the whole team has turfs on now. We don't have to have any more issues. Had 2 stoppages of play already. Shep to the plate. That'll miss. It'll be 3-2. Payoff pitch. This is a really big batter for NC State. In and out. Outside corner, rung him off. Great job, Shep. There's the first out of the day. Finally got a good spot on the outside corner to ring up a batter. That brings up White. In between innings, I will try to get the 9 first names here that we need. Makes things a little bit more entertaining. Shep delivers that one, and it's fouled back at me. 0-1. Really glad to be in the press box here today at Field 2 at Publix Sports Park. This is much nicer than sitting at a picnic table behind home plate. Really enjoy this little press box in here. Shep delivers. It's upstairs, ball 1. Shep's going to be a guy in the mid to upper 8s. Velocity-wise, just one of those guys that NC State has multiple of. They don't lack velocity in any regard. It's the offense and occasional defensive miscue that have been lacking for the Wolfpack so far this season as White swings through that one, and it's 1-2. If the Wolfpack can generate enough offense and play clean in the field, they have not had issues. They've lost a game 1-0 this year, 4-0 back on Monday. So it's really not been a pitcher issue. 1-2. Up and in. We'll move to 2-2. Connor Pollen, who's on the dugout cam, had an incredible outing if you missed it on Tuesday against UMass. He went a complete game, 7 innings. Only gave up 5 hits, 4 runs, but I think only 2 of them were earned, and struck out 13. So he told me that he is vying for the player of the week nationally. He wants it. We'll see if he can at least get conference player of the week, because that swung on a miss by White, and a back-to-back strikeouts for Chef Fowler. Look at that. 2 big outs for the Wolfpack that they desperately needed to get this game under control. The Buckeyes reached 5 to start this afternoon. And like I said, just 1 base hit to the outfield could really break things open and have a really cold start for the Wolfpack, and they'd be chasing the Buckeyes, as this is number 20, Ceralco. Ceralco? Ceraclo. Ceralco. That's what I'll go with. 0-1. Fouled off. 0-2. So Shep getting ahead again. This could really be either a great start for NC State, 'cause if they can get this final out, it can really demoralize the Buckeyes. You have 5 batters reach the start of the inning and only get 1 run. That would be pretty, demeaning to an offense. And then, however, it could also go pretty poorly for NC State, as that one is poked into the outfield. Wingard will field it, and only 1 will cross. So good job of the Wolfpack getting it in quickly. It'll be 2-0 Buckeyes. There's the 3rd base hit of the inning for the Buckeyes. Shep wants to talk something over with Caden here, as they're going to phase number 23, Shaylin. I'm going to go Shaylin. Fowler delivers on the outside edge, ball 1. The one matchup these two teams have had in the past is this game, March 17th, almost the day 4 years ago. 4-3, NC State took that one away. The only player that I think is still with the team, no, there's not a single guy still on the team for NC State. Ethan Myers, it says, played right field in that one. I think he's the president now. So we might have one guy who's still with either of these sides. As that one swung on a miss, it's 1-1 to Shaylin. That one fouled back, 1-2. Yeah, the story of that one 4 years ago. Derek, if you're tuning in, I don't think Derek was even on that team yet. Alfonso, I see him in the comments. Alfonso was. That was a big game for the Wolfpack. Ohio State was ranked 5th in the country, I believe. We started our season 2-6 and came down here and beat Northern Iowa. We kind of expected to beat Northern Iowa and UMass. Those two games were not particularly close. But then Ohio State, 5th ranked team in the country. So that one couldn't get the outside corner. Caden thought he framed it up nice. It's just 2-2. But that was a big game for us. Tripp Barfield pitched, and I think had a base hit in that game as well. That was a big game for Tripp. Tripp was a UNC Asheville transfer, so we were excited to have him. Trying to go with a high heat there, and Shep will miss. And we beat Ohio State, of course. We went 3-0 in the week. And then our last two games against Iowa, I was ranked number 3 in the country at the time. So that was an even bigger upset victory for us. That one will bounce in the dirt. We're going to walk a batter home here. 3-0 Buckeyes to start. Fowler's got to get out of this inning. And the thing is, this Wolfpack bullpen is not deep this weekend. They've got a lot of arms they like, but not a lot of bodies physically. They're missing some key guys. Playing 5 games in a week for any baseball club is going to be hard at the college level. But when you're doing it while missing 5 starters, that's a little tougher task. That one runs inside. Ball 1 to, I believe this is the 9 hole. Yeah, Schooler. Got to get out of this inning. Up and out from Fowler. That's 2-0. Fowler delivers. Runs inside again. It's 3-0. And Shep can't find the plate all of a sudden. His command was good to start this inning. It was just getting hit a little bit. The error at second base didn't help. And there's another ball. We're going to walk home another runner. Might need a mound visit here if you're John Constantino. This has been a very long top of the first inning. Multiple delays, and now we're going to get a mound visit, so we got another slight delay here. The thing is, they need Shep to fill up innings. They can't afford Shep to get pulled early, really. Game 4 of 5 here. They're scheduling to start Ryan Sproul tomorrow, so they got to save him for tomorrow. And then their bullpen arms are basically Jacob Jones, Eddie Thompson, and then that's about it. Maybe Carson King could pitch another little bit. He didn't throw too many pitches in his start against Illinois. So maybe they throw Carson back out there if his arm is feeling good. And then they've got Wyatt Herring, who's a utility guy, and he's a submarine guy who comes out of the bullpen occasionally. We've not seen him this year, but we know he can do it. But again, that means you take him out of second base. Caden shaking his head a little bit in disgust, I see. Not the start Caden Irving wanted to this game. 4-0 Buckeyes. Here's a leadoff hitter for the second time this inning, and Kim. He singled and scored his first time up to right center field. That'll miss as well. So I guess if you're thinking those 4 to 5 arms will take you 2 games, I mean, if you take Shep out early here, that one's grounded to the second baseman Herring. This should be the third out, and it is. There we go. So it took 24 minutes, I think, but we finally got out of the top of the first inning. Not before the Buckeyes put up 4, though. Some looks of disgust there on the face of the Wolfpack. We'll go to the bottom of the first. NC State needs to respond here early.
The trusted authorities in pest protection have come together to introduce the new Authority Advantage Total Home and Yard Bundle, the industry's first of its kind solution that delivers inside and outside worry-free pest protection all year long. Authority Advantage is our best services bundled together to deliver pest-free peace of mind around the clock. And not just by anyone, but by experts, by the authorities on pests. Being an authority used to mean something. Get started with our new Authority Advantage Total Home and Yard Bundle today. No commitment, no contract, guaranteed. Protect your home with authority.
Bottom of the first, about to get underway here in Panama City Beach, Florida. Eli Sipe will lead things off for the Wolfpack. He'll watch ball 1 to start. On the mound for the Buckeyes. Let's see, I don't have the name here. I have to go find it. That one's fouled off by Sipe. Leonard. Let's see, what number is he wearing? Trying to find him on the roster here. Nicholas Leonard, junior from Dublin, Ohio, went to Dublin Jerome High School. 6 foot tall, 200 pounds. He's got Eli Sipe and an 0-2 hole to start. And got him. Good breaking pitch. Away from the bat of Eli Sipe. No, it's not 0-2. Now it's 1-2. That first pitch was a ball to Sipe. That's my bad. A little bit of lapse in the brain there. That was a really good breaking pitch. It looked like a strikeout pitch. That one will miss low. Even up the count here. That one tapped back. Sipe will stay alive. Swung on and a missed. Nicholas Leonard has his first strikeout victim of the day. That brings up Drew Stanfield. So these two have been 1-2 pretty much all season. It was usually Drew leading things off and Sipe coming in behind him. But they moved Drew down against UMass because he was dealing with some hand soreness. And it was uncomfortable for him to swing back on Tuesday. So he bat ninth that day. But hopefully the hand's feeling better. He's back in the 2-hole. They need Drew to really heat up here if they want to come back in this game down 4-0 early. He's a big bat for them. Really talented kid from Sanford, North Carolina. His very hot start against ECU and App has kind of cooled off, and he's down to a .250 batting average. 10 for 40 on the season now. The three guys that have really been carrying them offensively was Drew Stanfield, was one of those guys, but now it's sort of been lessened to three guys who have stayed hot as Drew's had a little bit of a cold spell. Someone's fouled off. Or Montgomery, Creech, and Irving, the 3, 4, and 5 in the order. If I was John Constantino, I'd consider moving all three of those guys up. Have Montgomery bat second, Creech third, and Irving fourth maybe. All three of those guys are in the high 300s, or I think Montgomery and Creech are over 4. That one runs inside. Drew is working the count here. They need base runners here to start. Can't get all 4 of these runs back at once. That one grounded to the shortstop. Throw across, way over the head of the first baseman. Stanfield's going to round first. He wants second. That was nowhere close to being a catchable ball for the first baseman for Ohio State, and we'll have a man on second base. Let's see if I can find who's playing where. The shortstop there is Cooper Shalin, and the first baseman is Coons. What's Coons' first name? Alex Coons. So Ohio State, defensively, they stack up like this from left to right in the outfield. Frank Serralo is in left, and center is Travis Logan, and right is Xavier White. In the infield, at third base is Cooper Fisher. At shortstop is Cooper Shalin. At second base, Logan Adams. And at first, Alex Coons. The catcher today for the Buckeyes is Justin Schooler. 1-0 count here to the 3 spot, Jake Montgomery. He has been your hero of the week thus far in Florida in these 3 games here. Jake's batting .500, 4 for 8 at the plate with a double, a triple, 2 RBI, and 3 runs scored. And that one's going to get away from the catcher, Schooler, and moving up 90 feet is Drew Stanfield. 2 hit by pitches as well for Montgomery. He's been on base 6 out of his 10 times at the plate. He's also stolen 2 bags. On the season, Montgomery comes in today batting .400 even, 12 of 30 at the plate, 4 doubles, a triple, and a homer, 8 RBI, 12 runs. He puts that one into center field, dropping in front of him, and drops in front of Travis Logan, and Drew Stanfield will score. It's 4-1. Wolfpack can get at least one back here, and you got Montgomery on first base. There we go. Good start here. That's all you need is a couple base runners. You're shrinking the lead just like that. And if nothing else, even if the Wolfpack only get this 1 run in this inning, it's just a response of any nature is necessary. When they put a 4th spot on you in the first, you have to respond and say, okay, we're not just going to lay here and take it. We're going to have to fight back and show a little resistance, and they do, at least with 1 run. That's a curveball put in the zone to Alec Creech. And it was not caught by the catcher, and Alec looks a little flabbergasted there at how that could be called a strike if the catcher didn't even catch it. Montgomery is a threat to steal. He's stolen 8 bags so far this year. He's 8 for 9. He stole 17 last year, 20 the year before. He's a big threat. He takes off here in the dirt, and they'll just let him have it. Great jump, and the shortstop was kind of late getting there. So Montgomery in scoring position. 1-1 count. Alec Creech has been the cleanup man this year so far for the Wolfpack, which is funny. He has really been his role with the team. He's a senior now, and every year it really changes, just radically. I talked earlier this week, if you were listening. He was our full-time center fielder as a freshman, batted low in the lineup, was really out there for a stellar defense and base stealing. Didn't bat for a particularly high average as he swings through that one. I think his batting average his freshman year was 230, 250. Comes back as a sophomore. His hitting dips a little bit. And we're like, all right, Alec, we got to take him out the lineup. It's not a cold spell. And he starts pitching. Now, he pitched a little bit, maybe an inning as a freshman, just when, we needed an arm. And he started pitching, and he did amazing. It started here in PCB. He had a great outing against Pitt 2 years ago, and that one's popped up in the infield. Third baseman Cooper. I'm not sure which Cooper that is. There's Cooper Shalin at short, and the other Cooper. The other Cooper is making that grab. What's his last name? Cooper Fisher is making that grab. So we got 2 away now. Not a productive out there. Got Montgomery at second, got to get him in. Caden Irving knows a thing or two about that. He is an RBI machine. I think he leads the team in RBI. He does with 11. He had 24 last year as a freshman, which is a super high mark. Montgomery wants third base, and it hits Irving on the helmet. That curveball, immediately you could tell, was not going to move like he wanted to. And it bounced right off the noggin of Caden Irving, even though he ducked out of the way. And Jake had third base easily, but he's got to go back now because that's a dead ball. So whenever someone gets hit by a pitch, if you're unfamiliar, whatever happened in the field, dead. You cannot steal a bag. Now here's Aaron Smith, the 6th spot. It's a little low. And ball 1. Nicholas Leonard, the pitcher, asked where that one was. It was very down. That's not really a pitch to ask about. Was that a shins? The 1-0. Fouled off by Aaron. Aaron had 2 identical games. We talked about it after Tuesday. He started both of them with a leadoff single up the middle. And then he had a flyout and a strikeout, I think. The flyout was to right field in both games, so he was 2 for 6 on the day, had identical at-bats in each one. Played pretty good first base. He had a really good scoop against UMass. And he was telling me, I thought it was funny, about the Jack Wingard drop third strike and throw over his head that, we were all laughing about against UMass. Montgomery takes off again here. That will be bounced in the dirt. It'll get away from Schooler. And now why is Caden Irving still on first base? I know he's a catcher. He's not going to run, but you would at least hope he got a little run in there to get to second base. But he'll stay on first and third with 2 outs now, a 2-1 count to Aaron. Aaron was telling me that he felt bad he couldn't grab that ball. If he could just stretched up there and caught it. I was like, dude, Aaron, Jack threw it nowhere close to you. You had no shot to catch that ball. And he was like, really? He's like, it was that far in my head. I showed him the camera that we had. He was like, oh my gosh. I was like, no reason to feel bad, man. That was not on you. It was nowhere close to being catchable. 3-1. Leonard to the plate, runs inside, ball 4. We're going to load the bases here. So both starting pitchers struggling a little bit with accuracy after getting 2 outs. That brings up Jack Wingard, just our aforementioned catcher. He's playing left field today. He's 1 for 3 on the season. Jack sort of had a late start because of shoulder surgery last year. I believe tore his labrum. I don't know if that was this. If it wasn't that, it was something very similar to a torn labrum. It's in his left shoulder, so he could still throw the ball, but couldn't swing comfortably. Had to get it repaired. 1 for 3 with a double against UMass. think he had a walk and a sack bunt against Indiana. I don't think he registered in that bat technically. So a 333 average. Wingard could lift that here. Bases loaded, 2 outs. This could really get you back in the ball game if Wingard's big. 1-0. Runs inside, 2-0. Yeah, make him throw a strike, Jack. Don't chase something here. Don't reward him. Wingard, the Virginia native, and there is ball 4. Excuse me, I only thought that was ball 3, but okay. So we will walk a man home. Happened twice for the Wolfpack. Now it's happened for Mr. Leonard and the Buckeyes. 4-2, base is still loaded. Brings up the 7 spot. Who is the 7 spot? John and Andrew are 8-9. Wyatt Herring, you're up next? I think Wyatt Herring's up next. It's either Wyatt or John. They don't give me a paper lineup. I wish I had 2 paper lineups. I could just look at them. Instead, I got to find them on my phone somewhere. Paper lineup is the way to go, guys. Paper scorebook, even. It's a little bit much for me to do a paper scorebook and the scoreboard on the screen and the graphics and the cameras at the same time. But if I could, I would totally have a paper scorebook in front of me. Okay, John is batting 7th. Wyatt's 8th. John Constantino, President Constantino at the dish now. He's the DH. He's looking for his first hit on the year. I think he started 0 for 6. This would be a big place to get it. That one is nowhere close. And it bounced off the backstop to Justin Schooler, and the runners are going to have to stay. And he's going to get quite an earful from, I think that's Jacob Jones and Eddie Thompson in the dugout. They are chirping pretty loudly today. That's good. I think they're getting it pretty good from Ohio State in the top of the first. So, man, the dugout camera might die before this game's over. It's already on 65%. This has been a very long first inning. We got 6 more to go. 1-0. We skipped in the dirt. That's at least 6 consecutive balls. I think with the hit by pitch, that's way more. Because Aaron walked. He only threw him 1 strike. And then he threw 1 pitch to Cade Irving, hit him in the head. That's something like 12 out of the last 13 pitches have been balls. Don't even think about swinging yet, John. That's not going to get the call either. 3-0, outside. Good to see the umpire doesn't automatically expand the zone when the pitcher needs a strike. Sometimes that happens. And I guess when it happens for you, you're like, okay, at least he's nice. But you don't want it to happen against you. Randomly will expand because, maybe the umpire just wants to go home. Don't want to watch a bunch of walks. 3-0. We'll miss again. We'll walk home another base runner. 4-3. Wolfpack are right back in this game due to the inaccuracies of Nick Leonard. And they're having another mound visit here. They might be calling the pen, and the Wolfpack bullpen is still giving Nick Leonard some lip. 4-3. Wyatt Herring's due up the 8th spot. So if both teams can get through the lineup a full time, the first inning, that'll be quite a thing to see. My cameras, I don't know if they got a battery life for this. Yeah, that'll be the day for Nick Leonard. I expect this game will get very heated if it continues in this direction. These two teams like to talk. So Leonard's final line. Will be 2/3 of an inning, 1 hit allowed, 3 runs. No, none of them earned, 3 walks and a strikeout. It's also hit a batter and had a wild pitch. 12 strikes in his 35 pitches. It's not a great day for Leonard. I wouldn't have guessed after the top of the first inning that somehow you could have a worse start to the game than Shep Fowler did. Shep Fowler didn't have a good start. It wasn't all his fault. None of Shep's runs were earned. So, but again, rough start for both pitchers here. Shep threw 37 in the first, gave up 4 unearned, and walked 2 and hit a batter. But Nick Leonard tops him as he had an even rougher first inning. Here's the dugout cam, Connor Pollen. Does Connor Pollen still have it, or do we give it to Andrew Gaggas? Well, I'm looking at Connor and Andrew right now. Neither of them have the camera, so somebody's got the camera. I'm not sure who has it. All right, we're going to go to a break here. We'll figure out who this new pitcher is and come back. All right, welcome back. The new pitcher for the Buckeyes is Connor Brenneman. That one is in there for strike one. There's a strike. We haven't seen one of those in a while. Brenneman is the junior, 6'4", 215 is how he weighs in, from Kings Mill, Ohio. Went to Kings High School. See if I can get some stats on him here in a moment. Oh, 2 count to Wyatt Herring. Wyatt Herring is the 8th spot for the Wolfpack. Bases loaded, 0-2 count. We need Wyatt to swing. So the strategy of just let him walk us in worked for a while, but they've taken Leonard out. It doesn't seem Brenneman is going to walk anybody. And that one swung on a miss, Herring, and that will do it for the first inning. So 3 pitches is all Connor Brenneman needed to get them out of the jam. And we'll go to the second inning. Finally, how long was that first inning? That was a almost 45-minute first inning. Wow. That's a real big difference from like our 90-minute games we've been playing here recently. We'll be right back here on YouTube.
The trusted authorities in pest protection have come together to introduce the new Authority Advantage Total Home and Yard Bundle, the industry's first of its kind solution that delivers inside and outside worry-free pest protection all year long. Authority Advantage is our best services bundled together to deliver pest-free peace of mind around the clock. And not just by anyone, but by experts, by the authorities on pests. Being an authority used to mean something. Get started with our new Authority Advantage Total Home and Yard Bundle today. No commitment, no contract, guaranteed. Protect your home with authority.
A 7-run first inning will finally get us to the second inning. 4-3, Ohio State leads the Wolfpack, and we'll lead things off here in the second with number 6. That is Logan Adams. Adams, I think, is the 2 spot. So lucky leadoff hitter Landon Kim got to bat twice in the first. So Logan Adams is 0 for 1. That one's fouled back. I think it's a 1-1 count. Shep Fowler still in the bump. Like I mentioned, the Wolfpack need him to go kind of deep in this one. Shortage of arms. There's kind of a fine line, though, because in theory, let's say Shep just cannot make it very deep in this one. Just not feeling it today for whatever reason. And we had an accidental punch out there from the home plate umpire. It's 1-2. Yeah, I thought it was 1-2. And Logan Adams was just as confused as I was. 1-2. Shep to the plate. That was a velo max, I think, and it was over the head of Kate Irving. It's 2-2. Like I was saying, it's kind of a fine line. Let's say Shep just doesn't have it today. They could take him out with a low pitch count and, in theory, throw him again tomorrow. Just hoping tomorrow he feels better. But that's not what happened, so he's trying to go deep in this one. That's grounded to the second baseman, Herring. Throws it over to first, and there is first out of the inning. Good to start an inning with an out for the Wolfpack. Dugout cam, sometimes what are they filming? Like they're just, that's why it's not on the screen all the time. These guys they're not, trained cameramen, so sometimes they just film the fence. That one, little on top of the zone to number 24, Cooper Fisher, the third baseman. 1-0. But Shep is the type of guy where he's going to grit through a game. That first inning, I'm sure, is not going to get to him. It's just 1-1 now. Actually, Shep is one of the guys I would prefer to be in a game like this, where there's a lot of smack talk between the two sides. These two teams are staying in the same hotel. Like, a bunch of them are staying next door to each other this week. So these two teams have interacted already multiple times this week. As he did not go there, it's 2-1 to the 3-spot Fisher. Fisher was hit by a pitch his first time up. On bounce in front of the plate, it'll be 3-1 from Shep. Well, this is an interesting matchup between these two. Familiar schools. And they both seem to like to talk. Might be an entertaining game here. That one lifted into left center. Jack Wingard trying to find it, and he'll make the grab for the second out of the inning. There's a view of Carson King there. Okay, we're filming King. Now back to the field. I think Andrew Gagas has been assigned as resident cameraman at the moment. Here's the cleanup batter, Alex Coons. First pitch is lifted very similar, but deeper. Wingard backs up and makes the grab. And that's the inning. A quick top of the second. That was very efficient. That was only 5 minutes long. Okay, guys, that's what I'm talking about. Bottom of the second upcoming. Let's see if the Wolfpack can get a run back, maybe even take the lead here. We'll see when we come back here on YouTube.
The trusted authorities in pest protection have come together to introduce the new Authority Advantage Total Home and Yard Bundle, the industry's first of its kind solution that delivers inside and outside worry-free pest protection all year long. Authority Advantage is our best services bundled together to deliver pest-free peace of mind around the clock. And not just by anyone, but by experts, by the authorities on pests. Being an authority used to mean something. Get started with our new Authority Advantage Total Home and Yard Bundle today. No commitment, no contract, guaranteed. Protect your home with authority.
All right, bottom of the second, I've got your numbers here on Connor Brenneman, the new pitcher. He's got a 2-1 record this year with a 3.50 ERA, 5 games, 4 of them starts, 18 innings pitched. So he's one of the best arms the Buckeyes have, and he's throwing against the Wolfpack. He'll miss to Eli Sipe, the leadoff hitter, who will lead things off the second straight inning. To start here. He's got 16 hits allowed, 15 runs, only 7 of those earned. That's a strike to Sipe. 6 walks to 16 strikeouts. So pretty good numbers here for Mr. Brenneman. So definitely throwing a competitive arm here. 1-2 to Eli Sipe. Struck out his first time out. Nick Leonard got him with a breaking pitch. And he struck him out. 2 strikeouts to start the day for Sipe. Sipe will give a word of encouragement to Drew Stanfield. Drew Stanfield reached on error his first time up by the shortstop, Cooper Shalin. And he later came around to score. Was a breaking pitch from Brenneman. Will be outside for ball 1. That one's fouled off home plate. The catcher acted like that's in fair territory. That bounced off home plate, didn't it? Okay, now we're going to have to work this out, because now the umpires want to talk about this. I don't see how that could be a fair ball. Oh, they just ruled him out. That seems kind of ridiculous to me. I'm going to be honest. Ohio State's happy about it, of course. That was a pretty obvious fair ball, in my opinion. But all right. Y'all can judge it for yourself if you thought that was a fair ball. Hopefully the video cooperates enough for y'all to see, but I don't know. That was pretty clear to me that was a foul ball off home plate, but that one struck right at Cooper Fisher, the third baseman, and he is lucky there to find that ball right in his glove. That was scorched by Jake Montgomery, and we're going to have a very quick bottom of the second inning. A little bit of umpire play coming into this one. We'll go to the third, 4-3 Buckeyes.
The trusted authorities in pest protection have come together to introduce the new Authority Advantage Total Home and Yard Bundle, the industry's first of its kind solution that delivers inside and outside worry-free pest protection all year long. Authority Advantage is our best services bundled together to deliver pest-free peace of mind around the clock. And not just by anyone, but by experts, by the authorities on pests. Being an authority used to mean something. Get started with our new Authority Advantage Total Home and Yard Bundle today. No commitment, no contract, guaranteed. Protect your home with authority.
Top of the third, about to get underway here at Panama City Beach, Florida, between the Buckeyes and the Wolfpack. They've got a 4-3 lead to start here. Looking to add on to it. I believe this is a 5 spot for the Buckeyes. It is. It's Travis Logan, the center fielder, wearing number 5. We'll start things off with a ball here from Shep Fowler, who's still on the bump. So if you're just joining us, the Wolfpack had a really tough first inning. They gave up to start the game, as that one is skied into center. Alec Creech camped underneath it. That one's an easy one, and we've got one away. Logan's now 0 for 2. That brings up Xavier White, the right fielder for the Buckeyes. So if you're just joining us, like I said, the first inning was weird. We had a delay in the game because Aaron Smith wasn't at the field. He's a first baseman. I'm not sure where he was. We'll have to ask him. I don't know, bathroom visit, something. He wasn't ready to go. So it's a delay because we're waiting on Aaron. And then Shep gives up base hit, error, hit by pitch, base hit, like to start. Just not a good start. And he got a couple outs. Then he walked a couple batters home. It's 4-0. Wolfpack come back. And that was after they made him change his spikes mid-inning. So they made him put on turf shoes. That one's put in there. 1-1. Bottom of the first, Nick Leonard starts for the Buckeyes. And he gets a couple outs but couldn't find the strike zone either. Walked in a couple of runs. It's 4-3. Take him out. Connor Brenneman's put in the game. That one slapped to the second baseman, Wyatt Herring, and it's by him. There's a base hit for Xavier White. That'll bring up Frank Sorallo, the left fielder. So Nick Leonard wasn't cutting it. They take him out. Connor Brenneman has been pretty good in his place. Brenneman, by his numbers, looks to be one of the best arms for Ohio State. So you can tell how much they respect the Wolfpack there. It's always interesting when you come to PCB, you don't know what arms you're going to get. You get 5 games. And I feel like the Wolfpack have a modicum of respect at this club level. So they usually get, 4 or 5 best arms of teams. Like we have a lot of respect for Colorado State. I know Colorado State's in the top 20 rankings. Good program. We play them tomorrow. We've saved Ryan Sproul for tomorrow. Ryan Sproul's been our hottest pitcher this year to start. So I think we're getting a lot of good arms. Illinois, I think we got their ace. That one hit to Eli Sipe. He put his glove on it, but he couldn't squeeze it. That was good job covering there, Shep. Just going to have first and second now with 1 out. It was hit to the left of Sipe enough where that almost got to the outfield. He didn't dive for it, but he had his glove to knock it down. So that's going to work as a single for Ohio State. That brings up the 8 spot Cooper Shalin, the shortstop. Shalin he has a walk to start, and he drove in a run with it, actually, back in the first. 4-3. First pitch, a breaking ball, doesn't really break, and it's upstairs. Shalin showed bunt, but he'll pull it back, and it'll be 1 out. Dugout cam. Okay, well, it looks like we've set it up in a cubby in a locker in the dugout, and we're just kind of peeking in there. That's fine with me. At least earlier they just had it trained on the fence. I was like, guys, let's do a little something better than that. All right, back to the home plate cam. Shep delivers outside for ball 2. I think the dugout cam is a big hit. I knew I had to use that second camera to do something because I just had it trained on me the other day. But I was basically not using it. That one's fouled off. By Cooper Shalin. Shep is out on the field laughing. Long look at second base. He'll take a foot off the rubber. He'll reset. Something that Eddie Thompson or Jacob Jones is yelling is really getting to Shep. Those guys have really been making each other laugh this week. And he was out on the mound laughing. He still is. Looking at second base, checking his runner. Now he goes home. I want to the second baseman, Wyatt Herring. This has 2 written on it, and we'll just take the runner at second base there. They'll settle for 1 out. Runners on first and third now with 2 away. So Serralo is retired at second. Xavier White's on third, and Cooper Shalin is at first. Now to the plate is Justin Schooler, the 9th hitting catcher. So you want to get this guy before you get back to the top. Schooler walked and drove in a run, his first time up as well. Shep goes home. Swung through by Justin Schooler, and that was quite a hack. I'd throw that one again, Shep. That was a breaking pitch that Schooler was just swinging at out of the hand. That one popped up foul, and we've got an 0-2 hole. Throw that breaking pitch again, Shep. Oh, can I... Got a little Eddie Thompson view there. And John Costino on the dugout cam. For some reason, the camera system's not letting me put the dugout cam in the bottom left or right-hand corner today, because that one is fouled off as well by Justin Schooler. That's what I'd prefer to do, just put it in the corner and y'all can see it at all times. But there's a little Ryan Sproul action. But for some reason, it's not letting me do that. So whenever I just see something going on, I flip to it. Oh, 2. Swing and a miss. Strikeout for Shep, and he has a little celebration on the mound there. There we go, Shep. That's strikeout number 3 on the afternoon for him. We'll go to the bottom of the third. Wolfpack still trailing by a run here.
The trusted authorities in pest protection have come together to introduce the new Authority Advantage Total Home and Yard Bundle, the industry's first of its kind solution that delivers inside and outside worry-free pest protection all year long. Authority Advantage is our best services bundled together to deliver pest-free peace of mind around the clock. And not just by anyone, but by experts, by the authorities on pests. Being an authority used to mean something. Get started with our new Authority Advantage Total Home and Yard Bundle today. No commitment, no contract, guaranteed. Protect your home with authority.
4, 5, 6 due up here in the bottom of the third for the Wolfpack. Creech will lead things off. Still on the mound is Connor Brenneman for the Buckeyes. Wolfpack's trying to get back into this one. They were in a 4-0 hole to start. Responded with 3 in the bottom of the first. Had a very quick bottom of the second. So, base runners here. Get the offense moving again. Creech pops this one foul behind first base. Is it playable for the Buckeyes? No, it falls right behind Alex Coons. New life for Alec Creech. That one seemed playable. Coons seemed to be under it, but it fell behind him. I think it's a 1-2 count to Creech now. Creech 0 for 1. He popped out to the third baseman his first time up, Cooper Fisher. 1-2 outside. We'll even up the count. Oh my goodness. Called strike 3. I don't know if y'all can see it. I know the camera buffers a good bit, but that wasn't a strike. All right, we got one out. You got to shake it off. I'm not even playing, and I'm still upset by calls. That is the third strikeout of the day for Connor Brenneman. He's gone successfully an inning and 2/3 now. He'll miss to Caden Irving here to start, 1-0. Hit to left field, that sweeps through. Both Fisher and Shalen dove for it on the left side of the infield. Neither could grab it. Caden Irving, the routine 5-6 hole single for him. He loves that spot on the field. Whoever, I think Shep is in charge of DJing for the team, even when he's not pitching. And whoever is playing the music for NC State has got quite a DJ setup going on. That one fouled back by Aaron Smith. We've got 1 on and 1 out. Irving is not a threat to steal. That one on the outside corner, Aaron Smith, it's 0-2. So we need a hole here. It's funny, something about NC State Club baseball and having a big catcher. You got Caden Irving, who's like 6'4", 210. A couple years ago, we had just graduated Reed Richards, who's like 6'3", 200 pounds. That one bounced in the dirt to Smith. It'll be 1 and 2. Not normal for the catcher to be tall, really that tall. Not that many tall catchers in the MLB. That one hit to third base again. Fisher got under his glove. Not sure if they'll rule that hit or an error. There's no one on third base now. But Caden was not even trying for that. Went back to back. That could be ruled a single for Aaron Smith. We'll see what Ryan Sproul decides. Official scorekeeper for NC State when he's not pitching. Cooper stabbed at it over there at third base, but it just went under his glove. That brings up Jack Wingard, the 7th spot for the Wolfpack. The left fielder made a couple of grabs out there so far today. There's a pitch upstairs to him. So Wolfpack got something cooking here. If Wingard can deliver a base hit, got a couple base runners on. That one hit to the shortstop, Shalen. He backhands it, throws to second, now to first, and Wingard is safe. So we'll have a fielder's choice. We'll advance Irving to third. 2 away. Man, the wind's really picking up. It's starting to get chilly out here. I'm shutting the window in the press box. Maybe that'll warm me up. Good grief. I thought today was supposed to be a warm day. They give Aaron Smith a hit for that. Okay, congrats, Aaron. You're now 1 for 1 with a hit and a walk. Here's John Constantino. He walked his first time up. That's in there. Runners on the corners. This is a big spot for the president. We need that run on third base. Taking off his Wingard, and they'll let him have second base. So 2 in scoring position now for the Wolfpack. This could be a difference maker. This is a game-changing at-bat for John Constantino. Be nice to see Prez come through in the clutch. 0-1. Or 0-2, excuse me. Now it's 1-2. John's the Charlotte native, went to Audrey Kell High School. Audrey Kell. That one hit well. Is it fair? No, down the line. Can't quite get it in foul territory. Good swing there by John. John, when he made the team as a freshman, was a big singles guy. We relied on him to be a reliable bat at the bottom of the order. Draws a lot of walks. John's got a very patient mindset at the plate. If his bat could heat up for the Wolfpack, that would be a really big addition to the lineup, as he is a normal DH for them. Did he go there? I don't know how the guy behind the pitcher's mound. Okay. The home plate umpire ruled him out. It's his call because, I mean, how does the guy behind the mound make that call? That's going to be the end of the inning. He strikes out John Constantino. I guess you can be the judge of that. Y'all might have a better angle on it than either of the umpires. But they rule John going down as a strikeout, and that will end the inning. We'll go to the third. Wolfpack strand a couple and are still trailing the Buckeyes. We'll be right back.
The trusted authorities in pest protection have come together to introduce the new Authority Advantage Total Home and Yard Bundle, the industry's first of its kind solution that delivers inside and outside worry-free pest protection all year long. Authority Advantage is our best services bundled together to deliver pest-free peace of mind around the clock. And not just by anyone, but by experts, by the authorities on pests. Being an authority used to mean something. Get started with our new Authority Advantage Total Home and Yard Bundle today. No commitment, no contract, guaranteed. Protect your home with authority.
We've got some lineup changes for the Wolfpack. Jack Wingard has to move to catcher. Wyatt Herring goes from second to left, and Andrew Gaggus comes in because Caden Irving has been thrown out. Now, if you are shocked, I am as well. Caden Irving has never said a mean thing to anyone in his life, I don't think. And he's been thrown out of a game. He is really the least likely suspect to ever be thrown out of a baseball game. I'm not sure what remark he made that could possibly get him thrown. He was standing on third base. Like, you don't really get ejected when you're a base runner. So I'm not sure what possibly could have happened to transpire Caden getting thrown out, but he is gone. And we've got to make some lineup changes. And Caden's a catcher as well. So, like, catchers build a rapport with umpires. They sit in front of them all game. And, you know, they have a relationship. Those are the two people on the field that really are talking the entire game. If you never played baseball and you're tuning in, or specifically you've never played catcher, catchers and umpires are talking pretty much the entirety of the game about where that pitch was. You know, some umpires are chattier than others, but so weird. Caden's such a nice kid. And I'm sure he's spoken to the umpire before, but something really must have bothered the home plate umpire because he was thrown out as a base runner. It's really strange. But Shep Fowler's still in the game now. He's got to throw to Jack Wingard. So Andrew Gaggus will be in the 5-hole, I guess, for the Wolfpack. There's a 5-pitch walk to start the inning to Landon Kim, the leadoff batter. That's awfully strange. So I guess Caden, I mean, the typical NCBA rule is that when you've been tossed, you have to sit the next game as well. That's big because Caden, I mean, Caden's one of the best bats in this lineup. That one on the outside corner, called strike 2. Did they throw out the runner? They did. Jack Wingard, attaboy. We're rebounding from Tuesday, aren't we, Jack? He gives a little bit of a finger wag to the dugout there. A strike at the plate as well. Big throw out there from Jack Wingard. That's something Jack struggled with since he's come to the Wolfpack as a freshman. Jack's a really good defensive catcher, I'll say that. He's very good at receiving, framing balls. The one area I've told him he struggled back when he was a freshman was throwing out runners, and there's some growth there. That's great to see. 1-1 count to Logan Adams, the second baseman for the Buckeyes. So Wingard from left field to catcher immediately comes in, throws out a runner. That one outside, 2-1. Fowler today, he's given up those 4 runs, but all of them unearned. Given up 3 free passes, 2 walks and a hit by pitch, but he struck out 3 as well. On runs inside. It'll be 3-1 after an 0-1 start to Logan Adams. I think NC State varsity ball had the Pac-9. I think they had a Logan Adams a couple years ago. He was a pitcher. Three-1. That one fouled off the handle. No, it'll be a fair ball over the head of Eli Sipe. I thought for sure that was just a harmless foul ball, and it stayed fair. That's a single in the scorebook. That was just a jam shot off of the handle of the bat. But it'll count as the 6th. Fifth, okay. Took me a while to figure out which. The 5th hit of the day for the Buckeyes. This is Cooper Fisher, the third baseman. He's 0 for 1 today. He reached on an error his first time up and scored. He hit the ball to the second baseman at the time, Wyatt Herring, who then threw it to Drew Stanfield. I'm not sure who was credited with the error there. They both have an error in the scorebook, so I'm not sure. But someone was committed, or an error in the middle of the infield, allowed Fisher to get on. Now we got a runner on. Again, that one flared off the end of the bat and just over the head of Jake Montgomery, and it'll be Not Jacob Montgomery, Drew Stanfield. What am I saying? I've been so rattled that Caden Irving just got thrown out of the game. What in the world? That's like an alternate dimension type of thing. 1 out, 2 on. Both of those were just really lucky base hits for the Buckeyes. Both of them off. First, the handle just flared over the head of infielders into the outfield. Those sometimes are just caught and are both outs, but in this case, the Buckeyes are getting a little lucky. And we've got 2 on. Those used to really bother me as a pitcher when I was on the mound. That one's over the head of Wingard, and both runners are going to advance here. So a wild pitch from Shep Fowler. Yeah, those would really annoy me when guys don't even put a good swing on the ball, pop something up, but it just finds grass somewhere. As it goes down as a hit in the scorebook, just the same. Looks like I gave a scorching single back up the middle. Fowler to the plate. That one hit right by the second baseman, Andrew Gagas, into right field. That'll score 2. And just like that, the Buckeyes now have a commanding 6-3 lead. So the wild pitch by Fowler is going to put those runners in position to score there, and they both do pretty easily. That brings up Travis Logan, I believe, the 5 spot. Yep, the center fielder. That was Alex Coons driving him in, the first baseman. Logan going no batting gloves. Okay. I like it, the old school look. Fowler will miss there. So Fowler, a little bit inaccurate to start this inning. Has only given up the 1 piece of solid contact to Alex Coons. But if in the scorebook it says 4 base hits for the Buckeyes. Fowler's pitch count is not great. He's already at 80 pitches. So I think they're deciding between Jones or Thompson to come in for him. It's Jacob Jones' birthday, by the way. Happy birthday, Jacob Jones. It's his 21st today. So if you see him, text him happy birthday or something. If you're in North Carolina, we'll make sure to give Jacob a good time tonight. Have fun on the beach this afternoon. Sure we'll have a great team dinner later, something for him. That'll be ball 4. 4 straight balls to Travis Logan from Shep Fowler. We'll have 2 on and 1 out. So a little bit of a pickle here for Wyatt Herring. He's not locating well, and when he does locate, Ohio State's just kind of clipping stuff to the outfield off the edge of the bat. The pitch count is not great, as I mentioned, so I can't really see from the press box if they're warming somebody up. But I can see Jacob Jones is putting a uniform on. He could be the guy going to throw. This is Xavier White. He's 1 for 2 today with a strikeout and a single. That runs inside. Ball 1 to White. 2 on, 1 out. So the 1 out in this inning has been a runner thrown out by Jack Wingard. Shep has not got one to his own accord this inning. That one runs inside. We're going to hit Xavier White. Now the bases are loaded. This might warrant a mound visit. Yep. John will do that. He wants to go talk to Shep. Shep has thrown 84 pitches now. He's hit 2 batters. He's given up 4 walks and had a wild pitch. He's only thrown 50% strikes, which is actually a pretty low number for a guy that's lasted this long into the game. He's had moments where he's been pretty good. And I would really even say the first inning, it's not really his fault. He gave up those 4 unearned runs. Now, the walks were definitely on him. That prolonged the inning. But the first 5 or 6 batters that reached, it's the errors by NC State defensively and not backing him up, not really on him. That's just kind of a rough start for the Wolfpack. And it's a long talk with John Constantino here. Surprised the umpires have not interrupted it. I don't think NC State has anyone warm enough to go, so I think this might just be a stalling tactic possibly. Because even if Shep's ready to come out or John's ready to pull him, I don't think Jacob Jones, who I think is who they're going with, he's the one down there stretching. Jones is kind of an infamously long time to warm up. He has this whole routine he does, and he doesn't seem to be anywhere close to ready. So looks like they're still going with Shep, who was very possibly near the end of his rope, but I guess it's right out there right now to delay the incoming Jacob Jones. As Jones is just now throwing. That one hit to the third baseman, Sipe. He gloved it. Throws it home. Wow, great play, Eli Sipe. That was really impressive. I thought for sure he'd go tag the bag. His body movement was taking him there. Great play, Eli Sipe. I've been really impressed by the freshman this week. Now, he's had a rough start at the plate today with a couple strikeouts, but this whole week he's been very good at third base. So it's not a double play, but that gets the lead runner. It keeps it 6-3 with 2 outs now. That's a big out. So now the 6 runs for Ohio State, 2 of them have been earned. That one's upstairs. This is number 23. I believe this is Cooper Shalin. I went way outside. 2-0 to Shalin. Shalin is 0 for 1 today with a walk. That walk's back in the first. It's with the bases loaded, and he drove in a run. Now one hit to the first baseman. Smith grabs it. Now we got to race to the first, and no one's there. Everybody's safe. Run scored for the Buckeyes at 7-3, and that's bad PFP skills there. Shep was not over in time. Andrew Gagas was coming from second, but he wasn't in time either, and it pulled Aaron so far off the bag he didn't have a shot to beat Cooper Shalin to first base. That brings up Justin Schooler, the catcher. Man, that's frustrating because that's basically a defensive error, but that's never going to be counted an error. That's bad fundamental baseball there. That should have been out number 3 there. But instead you give up a run as well. Swung through, and Schooler has had trouble with Shep's curveball today. I'd keep throwing it, Shep. That one hit to Sipe at third, and he will take the easy play, step on the bag, and that's the end of the inning. So a 2-3-run inning for the Buckeyes. They extend their lead to 7-3 off of some poor defensive communication by the Wolfpack and some kind of bloop hits to the outfield. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. We'll be right back here on YouTube.
The trusted authorities in pest protection have come together to introduce the new Authority Advantage Total Home and Yard Bundle, the industry's first of its kind solution that delivers inside and outside worry-free pest protection all year long. Authority Advantage is our best services bundled together to deliver pest-free peace of mind around the clock. And not just by anyone, but by experts, by the authorities on pests. Being an authority used to mean something. Get started with our new Authority Advantage Total Home and Yard Bundle today. No commitment, no contract, guaranteed. Protect your home with authority.
Bottom of the fourth underway here in Panama City Beach, Florida. Wyatt Herring will lead things off here in this inning. He's the 9 spot for the Wolfpack. Still in the bump for the Buckeyes is number 41, Connor Brenneman. He has been the fireman today for the Buckeyes as the starter, Nick Leonard, didn't get out of the first inning, but Brenneman has come in and instantly tamped down any Wolfpack scoring threats. They've had a couple base runners, especially last inning. They had 2 on with 2 outs, and John was rung up on a check swing call, and apparently that is what sparked the Caden Irving ejection. 0-2. Herring puts it to third base. Cooper Fisher fields in the hole, throws across the diamond, and he's going to be safe, and now Wyatt Herring goes to second. So that throw was catchable, I thought. The first base, that might be a first baseman error. We'll see what Ryan Sproul rules it. It wasn't really a particularly bad throw, but it was nowhere close to being caught, and Herring will take second base on it. That brings up the leadoff hitter, Eli Sipe. Sipe's had a tough day, 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, but that's just at the plate. He's been awesome defensively, like I talked about last inning. Made 2 really good plays. Yeah, that's ruled an error by Ryan Sproul on the third baseman. Fouling that one off as Sipe. So we got a runner in scoring position, so this would be a good time for Sipe to wake his bat up to match his glove skills today. That one raked into deep left field, tracking back. Is that off? Off the pole? Is that a home run? What do they rule it? Home run, Eli Sipe. The umpire wags his finger around in a circle. That is a 2-run bomb. The first of his career for Eli Sipe. It hit off the foul pole. That's huge for the Wolfpack. They're back in this one now, 7-5. A 2-run shot for the freshman, Eli Sipe. That was a little bit of miscommunication there because I saw the ball. It looked like it was projected to go over the fence, and all of a sudden it bounced in that corner. And I was like, oh, that just hit off the foul pole. And that's definitely a home run if you hit the foul pole. There's no question about that. That's huge. First home run of the week. You see Sipe getting congratulated by his teammates there on the dugout cam. First pitch to Drew Stanfield is up high, but it's ruled strike one. Base is clear for Drew. So now let's see if Drew can get the bat going here. He's 0 for 2 as well with a run scored. He reached on an error back in the first. Eli Sipe, home run. Man, that makes the broadcaster feel really good. Just speaking about Sipe, man, you're playing so good defensively. He needs you to get the bat up. Is that one over the head of Cooper Fisher at third? That's a scorching shot down the line from Drew Stanfield. He'll be on second easily. And just on cue, the Wolfpack have woken up the bats with Sipe and Stanfield, the two freshmen at the top. That puts a man on second again for now Jake Montgomery. And talk about some home run power. Jake Montgomery's got it. He has a home run already this year. I think that gives him 4 in his career with here at NC State. It was a grand slam back against App State. First pitch to him here. And we will have runners on first and third with nobody out. What a start to this first inning. Reached on air for Wyatt Herring. Home run Sipe. Double Stanfield. Single Montgomery. The Wolfpack can't stop hitting the ball. That brings out the cleanup man, Alec Creech. Creech is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. That one dropped in there, and they'll let Jake have second base. They probably weren't going to throw him out anyway. They were just concerned about Stanfield at third there. So a little poke shot somewhere for Alec could tie the game up potentially. Caden Irving, you're in the chat, man. Where are you sitting? Caden, are you in the dugout or do they make you leave the dugout? All right, there's 1-1 count to Alec Creech, the Leland native. That one hit to the first baseman, got under his glove. Stanfield will walk home. Rounding third and scoring is Jake Montgomery. The ball got in the corner. Creech is on second. He loses his helmet. He's going for third. Alec Creech. Here comes the play. It's nowhere close. A stand-up triple for Alec Creech, if it's ruled a hit. That might be ruled an error. It just got under the glove of the first baseman, but it got all the way to the corner. And the Wolfpack have tied it up just like that. Not even an out here in the fourth. And they will celebrate there in the dugout. What a turn of events here. The 9, 1, 2, 3, 4 in the order have all reached. It's all started with an error by third baseman Cooper Fisher. They let Wyatt Herring on. Sipe, Stanfield, Montgomery all wear the ball out to left field. And then Alec Creech is credited with a triple, I believe. So I think Sproul is going to rule that one a triple and not an error. Wow, this very quickly turned into a tie ball game. Looked like the Wolfpack offense had been stifled. And now for the first time, you're going to get to see Andrew Gaggus. Gaggus came in to play second. They had to shift the lineup around, so after Caden Irving got ejected. And Caden Irving is in the chat now. They made me leave, gave me a chair by the gate. By the gate? You can't even watch the game? That's crazy. Popped up foul by Andrew Gaggus to start. So Gaggus is in the 5-hole for Caden. That is wild. Caden, if you're listening, Caden's never said a mean word to anybody. It's absurd to me that he would get ejected. That one swung through, and it's 0-2. So Gaggus, let's see if he can spark the offense still coming in as a defensive replacement and now getting his ups. That one's fouled off. He's staying in there. Okay, so Caden is watching from a distance. I'm hoping he has a good view of that home run by Eli Sipe. That was big. To the plate. That one hit the shortstop, Shaylin. He'll let the runner score, and he'll throw out Gaggus. That's a good trade. I'd take that any day of the week. Wolfpack take the lead. 5th run of the inning. And Gaggus will drive him in. I will take that trade any day of the week if you're a Wolfpack fan. Drives in Alec Creech. And now here's Aaron Smith. See if they can start it back up. Aaron is 1 for 1 with a single and a walk. Caden, if you're still with us in the chat, please drop in the chat. Have they told you you'll be suspended for the next game, or what's the verdict on that? 1-1. Smith fouls it off. Aaron Smith, the senior first baseman from Fayetteville, North Carolina. That one's going to be hit to the shortstop, a little tapper. Shaylin fields it on the run, throws across the diamond. There's a second out of the inning. Okay, so the Buckeyes get a couple in a row here. 2 ground outs to Shaylin at short. That brings up the now catcher, Jack Wingard. 8-7 your score. I've not noticed that Jack's walk-up song is Down and Under by Men at Work. That's not a bad pick. I don't mind that, Jack. That one grooved in there. Okay, 1-1. So I mentioned how Connor Brenneman was the fireman at the start of this inning. He really shut down the threat from NC State after the starter, Nick Leonard, couldn't put it in the zone. Brenneman has been so consistent. And in this inning, the Wolfpack have decided to swing the bat, and they've attacked him. They'll foul that one back. It'll be 1-2. Okay, Caden's not sure if he's suspended for the next game yet. We'll have to see. Let's hope Caden is available to play next game. Swinging a good bat this week. 1-2. Breaker. Fouled off again. That's more growth from Jack Wingard. I've talked about it a couple times this week. I love watching these guys play because, I've known some of them for 3-4 years now, and you watch the development over that time. Jack has gotten much better at staying in the box a long time, fouling off a couple pitches, getting one he really likes, and then driving it. That one's low and away. We'll even up the count. Jack is a junior from Gainesville, Virginia, not Florida. That one popped into shallow center. Second baseman, no, the center fielder's going to take it, Travis Logan. And he will grab it. That will be the end of the inning. But now before the Wolfpack put up 5, an explosive 1-4 in the order. Sipe homers, Stanfield doubles, Montgomery singles, Creech triples. We cycled in an inning, guys, and we'll take the lead. We'll go to the 5th. Wolfpack up 8-7.
The trusted authorities in pest protection have come together to introduce the new Authority Advantage Total Home and Yard Bundle, the industry's first of its kind solution that delivers inside and outside worry-free pest protection all year long. Authority Advantage is our best services bundled together to deliver pest-free peace of mind around the clock. And not just by anyone, but by experts, by the authorities on pests. Being an authority used to mean something. Get started with our new Authority Advantage Total Home and Yard Bundle today. No commitment, no contract, guaranteed. Protect your home with authority.
welcome back to the top of the fifth inning between the Buckeyes and the Wolfpack. And guess who's still on the bump? Shep Fowler. 90 pitches in. I was convinced that John was just trying to get him through the fourth so they could start Jacob Jones here in this inning. But no, Shep is back out there, 90 pitches in all, still battling. He's going to face the leadoff hitter, Landon Kim, to start here. A 1 pitch. And it'll be low for ball 1-1. Okay, Caden Irving in the comments. Okay, the word is I can play tomorrow, but I have to sit game 1 against High Point. Okay, that's a reasonable. Yeah, you don't want to rule him out this week because of our short staffness. That would be hit under the diving efforts of Drew Stanfield. We got a leadoff single for the Buckeyes. Yeah, I would feel like the NCBA, especially Antonio, who we really like. Antonio's the director of Swing into Spring down here. Would understand that, we have 17 players. It's really hard to play 5 games regardless, but especially playing 5 games with 17 players. We've got 2 guys, and actually, I take it back, we have 16 players because Finn McHale played game 1, but he told me his arm hurts so bad he can't play either. So we have 16 guys, and it's hard to finish a week of baseball with that. So I feel like the NCBA would be understanding, and you can't just suspend guys left and right. We'd be out of players. Antonio is the GOAT. Thank you, Caden. We have a very unique situation going on because how often can you tune into a baseball game, see a player get ejected, and then he's in the chat commenting with you? Is that one hit into right field? Jake Montgomery will glove it, back-to-back singles, and Shep Fowler just still chugging along here. He's up to pitch 95 or 96 here. That brings up the 3 spot again. So the top of each order is really having their way offensively. All the hits for both teams are coming at the top. That's the second hit for both Landon Kim and Logan Adams. And John Constantino, I think that'll be the day for Shep Fowler. He was coming out here to see if he could squeeze a couple more outs out of this orange today. I think that'll be the day. Shep's giving everybody a high five. I think we're calling in for Jacob Jones. Yep, he'll be coming in, jogging in from right field. But yeah, like I was mentioning, how often can you tune in to a baseball broadcast and you get to see the ejected player in the comment section with you? That's pretty cool. I think we've got 17 viewers tuning in right now. Look at the NC State dugout, guys. No one in it. That's how few players we got. We got 2 guys here hurt. We got a guy ejected. That's the state of this team right now. But they're still on top. Got a lead to protect. All right, we'll come back right back in a second. Jacob Jones on the mound. All right, your new arm for the Pack is junior lefty Jacob Jones. It's his birthday today. Everybody wish Jacob Jones happy birthday in the comments. He weighs in at 6'4", 215 pounds from Greensboro, North Carolina. This season so far, he's got 3 appearances, 5 1/3 innings pitched. He's got an 0-1 record, 8 hits, 11 runs given up, and only 6 of those earned, 5 walks to 11 strikeouts. He's a heavy strikeout pitcher. His ERA is over 10, but he's working on getting that down. He had a rough 2 starts to the season, 2 appearances, I mean. He pitched on Monday against Illinois, came in and threw 2 of the third. How many pitches did he throw? 48? Okay. And that was what? 1, 2, this will be the 3rd day since then. gave up 2 hits and gave up 1 earned run, 2 walks to 7 strikeouts. 7 strikeouts when he only got 8 outs is quite incredible. That's quite a stat line. So he has been heavily relying on the strikeouts so far this season, and he'll be relieving Shep Fowler with 2 on and no out. So he inherits a couple of base runners. I mentioned that I think John sent Shep out there to just squeeze another out or 2 out of his outing. And I think he's run out of gas. He's up around 100 pitches. Yago hold on the runner. This is Cooper Fisher at the plate. Oh, 1 to him. Fisher is 1 for 2 today with 2 runs scored. Call time here. Jones long look, goes home. In there for strike 2, 0-2. Jones, really good stuff on the mound. Good breaking pitch. Usually has pretty good command. I mentioned on Monday when he pitched, but Jones is one of those guys that very dedicated to baseball. He's a really hard worker, one of the hardest workers on the team, in my opinion. That one went for the bottom of the zone, but no, it'll be a little too low. Jones had such a good freshman year with the team. He actually had some interest from JUCOs, was considering going to one down here in Florida, and tore his ACL that summer playing pickup basketball. And, that kind of killed that dream pretty quickly. So he's back with the team, with the club team. But he's one of 3 guys in this NC State pitching staff as he strikes out Cooper Fisher to start this inning. There we go. There's 1 down. 8th strikeout of the week for Jacob Jones. He has really been strikeout or bust this week. That brings up the cleanup man, Alex Coons. He's 1 for 3 with 3 RBI today. So Jones is one of 3 guys, like I was saying, that I think is dedicated enough to baseball where club is not going to be the end of the line for them. Zach Flontek is missing this week, the hard-throwing senior for the Wolfpack, because he's trying out for indie ball teams. Jacob Jones, I can definitely see him doing that in a couple of years. And Eddie Thompson, another senior on this team, I don't think he's ready to be done with baseball. College does not seem the end of the line for him. Even if that's just, an indie ball team somewhere. There's a strike low and away to Alex Coons. All 3 of those guys I just mentioned, Jones, Thompson, and Flontek, all have been in the 90s. Now, Jones usually is not sitting in the 90s. Neither is Eddie Thompson. Both of those guys about top 91. I think Eddie's hit 92, but they'll sit 86 to 88. Flontek, however, will sit at about 90 and will top out 94, 95. That one delivers, fouled back into the chest of Jack Wingard. And we're evened up at 2. Hey, with 2 guys on to start this inning, Jacob Jones is definitely a guy you want to go to. I mentioned all the strikeouts he's getting. Ground balls and fly balls have the potential to advance base runners. Strikeouts do not. The other arm, if the Wolfpack need it, should be Eddie Thompson. They just don't have that many to choose from at this point. That one slapped into left field. Not playable for Stanfield. Hot Herring will field it in left field, get the ball in quickly, and 1 will score. Buckeyes have tied it up. So that'll be a counted 2 Shep Fowler. So the book is not closed just yet on Fowler. He gave up 9 hits through 4 innings plus. Giving up 7, now 8 runs. 3 of those will be earned. 4 walks and 3 strikeouts. Had a wild pitch, 2 hit by pitches. He finished with 95 pitches on the day. 8-8. Buckeyes and Wolfpack got a good one brewing here. This is Travis Logan, the center fielder. Oh, wait, I take that back. No one scored. There's a runner on third. Buckeyes have not tied it up. I don't know what I was looking at. Okay, so Chef Fowler's not giving up that 8th run yet. So it's just one away. So this becomes a really big at-bat for Travis Logan. Lefty on lefty matchup. That one pops foul by him. Travis Logan's a junior, weighs in at 5'9", 175 from Minneapolis, Minnesota. 2-1 to him. Went to De La Salle High School. Two and 1 count. Bases are juiced. Delivers, outside corner, good pitch there from Jones. I think the dugout cam has lost its appeal for the guy sitting in there. They're just leaving that camera where it's at. When I first gave it to them, they were really excited. They were filming lots of stuff, carrying it around, but I think it's lost the sparkle. Inside. Wasn't too far off the plate, but it'll be a full count now to Travis Logan. We could get a Caden Irving cam. Caden, if you're still listening, we just give you the camera. We just see if the connection goes that far. But we just see Caden sitting by the fence. 3-2. Misses upstairs, and Jones is going to walk one in. 8-8 now. So that'll still be credited to Shep Fowler. So the runners on first and second are Jones's, and the runner on third is Fowler's. 8-8. 1 out. That one fouled off. It'll be 0-1. This is Xavier White, I believe. Yes. 1 for 2 with a strikeout today. He's the right fielder for the Buckeyes. He's a sophomore weighing in at 5'11", 190 from Flossmoor, Illinois. Went to Homewood Flossmoor High School. 0-1 from Jones to White. Up the middle, and he'll drop in for a base hit in front of Creech. And all batters will move up 1 base. It's 9-8 Buckeyes. So now the second base hit given up for Jones. So now all the base runners are the responsibility of Jacob, and that will officially close the book on Shep Fowler. But he is attributed to 9 hits and 9 runs, 4 of them earned. Wingard and Jones are going to have a chat here. This to me is fun baseball. I like a high-scoring game, which sounds weird because I was a pitcher when I played. But as a pitcher, I like high-scoring baseball. I like the pressure being off the pitchers and onto the hitters. Because you can come in a 12-11 ball game in the 7th. If you strike somebody out as a pitcher, big celebration. Yes, hype myself up. I got an out. That pressure's totally moved to the batters. Strike on the outside corner. I love the emotion of a 15-14 game, and a pitcher strikes out somebody for the third out, and he's running off the field screaming, celebrating. I was like, dude, you just gave up 5 runs, but if you get the last out, it don't matter. That one swung through. This is the 6th spot for the Buckeyes. No, 7. This is Frank Sorallo, the left fielder. He's 2 for 3. Had a pretty good day at the plate. An RBI as well. I did have a stat correction as well. Creech was not credited with a triple last inning. It was a base hit. The error was not on the first baseman. The error was on the right fielder, and I didn't see that. I'm in the press box, and that it kind of restricted my vision. So that should have just been a single to right field, but apparently the right fielder let it get by him. And that's how Creech got to third. So that's just a single. 1-2 count to Frank Sorallo. Down and in, it'll be ball 2. This is another one of those long innings. Two and two is waved at. That's the second strikeout of the inning for Jacob Jones. I would personally like to see the kid induce a little bit more soft contact, but it's not been working out. The strikeout has been his bread and butter today. That's his 9th strikeout of the week. I didn't realize till I read it just a moment ago that he had 7 strikeouts against Illinois. It's a lot of strikeouts for a short relief appearance. There's a strike to Cooper Shalin, the shortstop. He's 0 for 2 today with an RBI and a walk. The one problem about being a strikeout pitcher is it does induce a high pitch count. And in a week like this with lots of baseball, low pitch counts usually are more favorable. Birthday boy trying to get Cooper Shalin here. That one will be popped foul. Not playable for Eli Sipe. It'll be 0-2. Caden Irving in the comments says, Nate, our pitching staff has a ton of strikeouts. Any word on where we rank in the country? I'm not sure. As a team, they don't really keep stats like that. I wish they did. That would be really cool. We can manually do it. We can manually figure out who leads the country in strikeouts. It's also like hard because some teams have played more games than we have. Like Ohio State's played 16 games before this one. So that's automatically you're just going to have more strikeouts. But per game, we could definitely try to figure that out. It might take a while, as that one's popped up to the third baseman, Sipe. He'll make the grab, and we will go to the bottom of the 5th. So the Buckeyes score 2 of their own in response to the Wolfpack taking the lead. And we'll see if the Wolfpack can respond to that in the bottom half of the frame. We'll be right back here on YouTube.
The trusted authorities in pest protection have come together to introduce the new Authority Advantage Total Home and Yard Bundle. The industry's first of its kind solution that delivers inside and outside worry-free pest protection all year long. Authority Advantage is our best services bundled together to deliver pest-free peace of mind around the clock. And not just by anyone, but by experts, by the authorities on pests. Being an authority used to mean something. Get started with our new Authority Advantage Total Home and Yard Bundle today. No commitment, no contract, guaranteed. Protect your home with authority.
Bottom of the fifth, about to get underway. Leading things off is the eighth man, John Constantino. El Presidente stepping into the box. He's 0 for 1 today with an RBI, a walk, and a strikeout. Still on the mound is Connor Brenneman for the Buckeyes. Gave up a 5-spot last inning. That's the first time the Wolfpack have really threatened against him. And we'll start here with a strike to John. Back up the middle. There's John Constantino's first hit of the season. It took a second. Attaboy John. El Presidente with the smack into center. And we've got a runner on. Here's Wyatt Harry, the 9th spot. They call him Old Curly. Complete with his own walk-up music. Oh, man, we got Drew Stanfield on the camera here. There we go. That's what it's made for. The guy's been ignoring it the past couple innings. First pitch will miss to the outside for Wyatt Herring. Herring's 0 for 2 today. He reached on errors last time up and scored. That started the 4th inning for the Pack. He hit a ball deep in the hole at third base. Cooper Fisher did a good job as he shows bunt here. He did attempt. He did not pull back in time, but taking second anyway on the wild pitch is John Constantino. You know what? I will make that trade. That's not a bad trade for the Wolfpack. Take second base. You don't trade the out. You just trade a strike, as Herring offered to that one. 1-1 count, runner in scoring position. But Herring might have beat the ball out anyway, but the throw is a little bit offline, or I thought it might have been an error on the first baseman for the Buckeyes. As Shaylen, it didn't look like that inaccurate of a throw, but it was not caught. And Herring went to second base, then homering was Eli Sipe after him. There's a bunt, and they'll make that trade as well. So there's an out. John Constantino will move to third. I hope you all saw that. I was cutting because I saw Shep's face in the camera, so I cut to him really quick, but I tried to cut back in time for that bunt. All right, now we've got a mound visit. I'm going to take the ball from Connor Brenneman. Okay, I'm not. Connor's going to be chugging along. We've got an out and a runner on third for the Wolfpack, but Brenneman's day is done. He will finish responsible for the man on third. He goes 3 2/3, 7 hits allowed, 5 runs, 3 of them earned, no walks, and 4 strikeouts. So the no walks was really the thing. They was making the Wolfpack earn all of their runs. Nick Leonard, the starter, was not. He walked 3 and hit a batter. He had about 4 free passes before he got out of the first inning. So we'll see if the new Buckeyes pitcher can do the same, make the Wolfpack earn it. They're 90 feet away from tying this one up. John Constantino is the one on third, and Eli Sipes at the dish. Sipe homered his last time up, his first career home run with the Wolfpack. I'll have to ask Sipe how many he hit in high school. Sometimes you get a home run in club ball, and it's the guy's first home run ever. Last season, Jacob Nunziata homered late in the year for us, and Jake's a really good hitter. And he came back to the dugout and told me, dude, that's my first home run ever at any level of baseball. I said, how's that possible? Same thing with Jacob Ford back in the day. He was a senior and I was a freshman. He hit a home run against ECU, and he came back to the dugout and said, man, that's my first home run ever. I've never hit a home run. I said, wow, that's wild. So I have to ask Sipe if he hit a couple in high school. Who's this new pitcher? It's a lefty. First lefty they would see on the day. 38 is his number. Who wears 38 on the website? They don't have numbers on the lineup card. Alex Dugach is possibly who it is. He's listed as a sophomore, 6'1", 168 from Minter, Ohio. If you're an Ohio State fan and you know who this pitcher is, please let me know. I think it's going to be, that's what I'm going to go with for the time being, because they didn't write any numbers on the lineup card. Alex Dugach. Is Dugach listed as a name? Yes, he is. So he's here for sure. I'm just not sure if this is him pitching. First pitch to him is hit on the ground in the left field. Eli Sipes got an RBI. He drives home John Constantino. It's 9-9. Eli Sipe, have a really good day. And we've tied things up here. Here's Drew Stanfield, the 2-hole hitter. One for 3 on the day, 2 runs scored. So Sipe, I mentioned last time he came up before he homered that he had to have sort of a wake-up moment in this game because he's playing so good on defense, but it struck out 2 times at the plate. Then he comes in and homers, and now an RBI single. He's got 3 RBI on the day. Sipe's been at the hotel, so good to see that for the hotel roommate. That one popped foul by Drew Stanfield. And that one gonna miss to Stanfield to be 1-1. Dugach sets, goes home in the dirt, be a 2-1 count. Dugach to the plate, foul that one off. A little bit more on Caden Irving's question last year, where we rank in strikeouts per game as a pitching staff. Again, don't really know the answer to that question directly, but there can't, specifically at PCB, there can't be many teams. Well, I know there's not. I was thinking about it the other day. If Connor Pollan struck out 13, as we're going to check on Sipe, and Sipe might be caught in a rundown here. He's going for second. He'll be safe. Now he's going for third. The ball winds up in the outfield, and Eli Sipe's going to get 2 stolen bags off of this. Look at that. Have a day, Eli Sipe, continuing to just really affect the Buckeyes team here. A home run last inning, an RBI single in this one. Steals second base. They caught him doing it, so they throw over to first. Ball gets away from the shortstop at second base, and he moves over to third. Just 1 out, too, so the sacrifice is in play for Drew. That one's popped back. Is it playable? No. But, okay, so we're tabulating the strikeouts from Tuesday. Connor Pollan struck out 13. Alec, Creech, and Eddie together struck out 15. That's 28 together. We only played 14 innings of baseball, so 14 innings. That one is lined into center and caught by Travis Logan. Really good catch there by Logan on the run, but it will score Sipe as a sacrifice. That's huge that Sipe got 2 bases there. That's a totally manufactured run, giving the Wolfpack the lead. So now Montgomery comes up with 2 outs and no one on. 10-9, your score now. A little bit of delay here. Oh, we don't have the ball. But yeah, that's 28 strikeouts. You play 14 innings times 3 outs an inning. That's 42 outs that NC State recorded on. Is that right? Is my math right there? 14 times 3? I think I'm right. Yeah, 42. So I hope I don't look like a dummy right now. I'm doing simple math wrong. But anyway, if you get 28 outs and 42 of them total, that's an insane ratio. I mean, some games you're doing good if you're averaging 1 strikeout an inning, you know. But averaging 2 an inning is basically what NC State was doing on Tuesday. Montgomery puts this one high in left field, but very shallow. The shortstop, Shaylin, wants it, and he will have it, and that's the end of the inning. But the Wolfpack manufactured 2 runs. John Constantino singles, and then moves to second on a wild pitch. He's bunted over third. Eli Sipe gets him in with an RBI single of his own. Sipe gets to third with a couple stolen bags, and Drew Stanfield sacrifice flies him in. So Wolfpack take the lead. We will go to the 6th inning on YouTube. We'll be right back.
The trusted authorities in pest protection have come together to introduce the new Authority Advantage Total Home and Yard Bundle, the industry's first of its kind solution that delivers inside and outside worry-free pest protection all year long. Authority Advantage is our best services bundled together to deliver pest-free peace of mind around the clock. And not just by anyone, but by experts, by the authorities on pests. Being an authority used to mean something. Get started with our new Authority Advantage Total Home and Yard Bundle today. No commitment, no contract, guaranteed. Protect your home with authority.
Catcher Justin Schooler will lead off the 6th inning for the Buckeyes. Final 2 innings of action here. It's been a good one between the Buckeyes and the Wolfpack. Second ever meeting between the two schools at the club baseball level. Jacob Jones still on the bump for the Wolfpack. He has gone 1 inning in relief of Shep Fowler. Gave up 2 hits and walked 1, but didn't give up any runs of his own. Had 2 strikeouts. Schooler's the 9th spot today. He's going to start him off with a strike. Okay. All right. Interesting choice of camera work, Andrew Gaggus. 0-1. Schooler, say, is 0 for 2. He's got a strikeout and a walk. That one's fouled off. Jones delivers. That one's going to escape Jack Wingert's reach, and it'll be 2-2. I think Andrew's got one thing on his mind today. 2-2. To the plate, almost got that spot. Jacob Jones just visibly knew he was close to getting a backdoor breaking ball there on Justin Schooler. Very close. Instead, it'll be 3-2 to the 9 hole. Up and out, and we're going to. Was that not ball 4? I guess that wasn't ball 4. That's on me, guys. Apologies. There's Ryan Sproul. Payoff pitch here. Got him reaching. Good pitch there from Jacob Jones, his third strikeout of the day. That brings up the leadoff man, Landon Kim. The top of the order has done most of the damage for the Buckeyes today. Kim is 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored. He also walked. He's reached base 3 of 4 times. Outside for ball 1. Thankfully, I have these guys muted. That is intentional. That's an intentional decision. So you're just getting a glimpse into the dugout. You're not going to get an audio clip, but you get to see a little bit of the life in the dugout. 1-0 to Landon Kim. That's called strike 1. Okay. They're really having fun with that dugout cam again. Drop in the zone. Strike 2. Jones's curveball's been working today. Okay, this is Finn McHale. Finn's been doing perfect sits this week. If you're unfamiliar with that term, it's basically when you sit the entire game. You don't get up. They call them perfect sits. And that one will be another strikeout for Jacob Jones. Jones has found the rhythm. Caden Irving in the comments. Stream might get taken down if it wasn't muted. Very true, Caden. Want to keep it family friendly around here. But we do like having the dugout cam. If you've been a club baseball fan long enough, you know a couple years ago we had a GoPro that we streamed on. It's very low budget. It wasn't anything like what that I've currently got going on. But we basically just put a GoPro and followed Alfonso Bardez around because Alfonso was not playing. He had an arm injury and was really just kind of walking around with a camera and filming the dugout. So this is kind of reminding me of that. That'll skip away from Jack Winger. It'll be evened up at 1 to Logan Adams. But this is good content because this provides us not only with who are they filming now? I don't even know who those guys are. But I mean, I don't have the money to afford an optical zoom lens. That are really expensive cameras with a zoom lens, and you can see faces from these cameras. So it just gives you an opportunity to see people close up. That one's grounded with the middle by Logan Adams. It'll be a base hit. With 2 away to see if the Buckeyes can get something started with that. That brings up the 3 spot in Cooper Fisher. He's 1 for 3 with 2 runs scored. Yeah, I really like the Alfonso cam and now the dugout cam. As not only it gives the guys on the bench something to do, so that's good. Keeps team morale high. Lets you see the personality of the team. That one hit to the third baseman, Sipe. He fields it. Throws across the infield, and he retires. Cooper Fisher. Jacob Jones with a fist pump. Gets out of the 6th inning clean. Gives up a base hit, but that will be all. NC State keeps the 10-9 lead. There's a little bit of Jacob Jones, and we'll go to the bottom of the 6th, see if the Wolfpack can tack on a little more. We'll be right back on YouTube.
The trusted authorities in pest protection have come together to introduce the new Authority Advantage Total Home and Yard Bundle, the industry's first of its kind solution that delivers inside and outside worry-free pest protection all year long. Authority Advantage is our best services bundled together to deliver pest-free peace of mind around the clock. And not just by anyone, but by experts, by the authorities on pests. Being an authority used to mean something. Get started with our new Authority Advantage Total Home and Yard Bundle today. No commitment, no contract, guaranteed. Protect your home with authority.
Welcome back, everybody. Dugout Cam is up and active again. We've got a new pitcher on the mound for the Buckeyes. It's number 3, Braden Mobley. Mobley's a junior, 6 foot tall, 185 pounds, from Palatine, Illinois. Went to William Fremd High School. I like the Dugout Cam. Shows the personality of this team. That's always a good thing. Alec Creech will lead things off for the Wolfpack. So Alex Dugas gets the last 2 outs in the 5th for the Buckeyes, but that will as far as he will go. Creech is 1 for 3 on the day. First pitch will be in there for strike 1. Oh, hadn't switched over yet. Creech drove in 2 his last time up, had a single to right field. Reached to third on the error by the right fielder, though. I was talking to Creech yesterday, actually. He doesn't really like hitting cleanup, but he's been so clutch this season and in big spots. And he's a senior leader on this team, really good bat. So they kind of need him to bat cleanup. So not really a place he wants to be, but he's accepted the role, I guess begrudgingly a little bit. 2-1 behind Alec Creech. Braden Mobley taps his chest, says, "My bad, dude." Creech gives him a smile back. 3-1 now. I'll miss as well. A 5-pitch walk to start Alec Creech. These two teams were chatty, especially in the beginning, but it's all love at the end of the day because these two guys have interacted all this week. If you remember me saying earlier, they're staying in the same hotel. Like some of them are staying next door to each other. So these guys have interacted. They know the deal. We're having fun. So brings up Andrew Gaggus. But when he's not being the cameraman in the dugout like he was earlier, he's playing second base now. He came in for Caden Irving, who's now in the chat. Irving was ejected. What inning was that, Caden? The third or the fourth? And yeah, and if you're just tuning in, Caden's not really a guy who typically gets ejected. That one's going to be skied foul and out of play. ESPN does not provide you with the dugout cam like we do. 0-2 to Andrew Gaggus. Outside, B-ball 1. I don't even know who has the camera. There's a look at your picture there, Jacob Jones. Do you have an AirPod in? Oh, my gosh. He's got an AirPod in. He's got to be locked in. That's so funny. Well, that runs up and in. Hits Gaggus on the arm. Oh, there's the team lead in hit by pitches now. He's got 5. Him and Jake Montgomery they're roommates this week, and they're having a little mini competition about who can get hit by more pitches. And I think Andrew just grabbed the lead with 5 now on the year. If you haven't tuned into a NC State Club game before, Jake Montgomery has led the country the past 2 years in hit by pitches. He loves getting hit by a pitch. Here's Aaron Smith. Smith is 1 for 2 today with a walk and a single. Shows bunt. Oh, that would have been good, just foul. Ten to 9 your score. Wolfpack looking to tack on a run for insurance. Jones has been so good, I assume they're going to throw him back out there for the 7th. Save Eddie for tomorrow. 0-1's upstairs. He pulled back the bunt attempt there, and it'll be 2-1. That one popped up foul. Be 2-2. This would be a great time for one of those signature Aaron Smith hits up the middle. And on a run here, and Creech is on second base. I wouldn't be surprised if they wanted to move Creech here. Send him on a steal. Creech has decent speed. He's playing center field. Has 4 or 5 stolen bags in the season. That one will run inside. Oh, it's going to bounce off the bat of Aaron Smith. That should have been a hit by pitch. Aaron didn't get the bat down fast enough, and it bounced off his bat. You don't see that every day, but you do see that once in a while in baseball. Unfortunate. That's a foul ball, and not either, at the very worst, ball 3. That was literally over his head. He ducked, didn't pull the bat down. They teach you that in kid pitch. I'm sure somebody's dad out there is freaking out. Man, I told him to do that in kid pitch. Okay, Cadence Irving's dropping insider knowledge in the chat for y'all. You don't get that on ESPN either, do you? Plan is to go with Jones. He's got a 1-runner leash. Cool with me. I think Connor Paulin had a 1-runner leash too on Tuesday. That didn't really happen. So we'll see if that's actually the plan. 2-2. Popped up foul again and out of play. Aaron's back there battling. Yeah, where else do you get the dugout cam and insider knowledge in the chat? Not ESPN, I'll tell you that. Outside, Aaron Smith was 3-2. That one popped up. This one might be playable. No, it's foul too. How many pitches is this era? Let's see. It was 2-2. That's 4. And then there was the one off the bat. It's 5. I think he said 2 more. I think this is the 10th pitch of the at-bat. Here it is from Mobley. Breaking ball, top of the zone. Aaron Smith fouls off again. What's that, 11? Wow, this is quite the at-bat between these two. Neither want to relinquish. Aaron's happy to fight off a couple more pitches, I'm sure. That'll miss. A walk. Great at-bat, Aaron. That's called making the pitcher work. I think that's an 11-pitch at-bat, and he got a walk out of it. He should have had a walk earlier because that pitch over his head was a foul ball. That brings up Jack Winger, the 7 spot. Winger's 0 for 2 today. He walked and scored. No, he walked and drove one in back in the first. Bases loaded again. Nobody out for the Wolfpack. Need a clutch AB here from Jack. First pitch to him. He'll foul it off. A lot of foul ball here. (10-9) is your score. want to thank the Public Sports Park here for unlocking the media booth, press box up here for me. Great experience. Way better than the picnic table behind home plate. That one dropped in the zone, 0-2. I'm sure there'll be lots of clips in this game, dugout cam and all. If y'all want to see those, check out my Instagram and TikTok at Nate Johnson PXP. I'll post them there. That'll be outside. Be 1-2 to Wingert. Good take. To the plate, Mobley will miss again. That same curveball, trying to get Wingert to chase it outside. Wingert saying he will not do it. 2-2. That'll miss outside again. 3 straight outside pitches. They're not missing by that much, but they are definitely outside. Good plate discipline from Wingert. There's the ball grounded to second base. This could be 2. No, the second baseman loses the ball. Creech will score. Everybody's safe. 11-9 Wolfpack. That was hit to Logan Adams at second, and he just couldn't field it cleanly. That's going to E4. That's going to be the 5th error of the day for the Buckeyes. Not a pretty defensive day for them. Here's John Constantino, the 8-hole. He's 1 for 2. He singled his last time up. That'll miss ball 1. Yeah, John, that's his first hit of the year. He later came around to score. He also had an RBI walk back in the first. There's a ball gets past the catcher. There's going to be a play at the plate. No slide, but he's safe anyway. Who was that? Was that Gagas? Gagas crossed the plate, and it's 12-9. That ball got away from the catcher just enough for Gagas to cross. 2-0 to Constantino. The bases are no longer loaded. Here we go. Runners on second and third. Nobody out. On runs inside, 3-0. So Mobley's got to find the zone here. No one in the Ohio State bullpen. They're giving it to Mobley. If he's not careful, the Wolfpack could build a little lead here and make this pretty difficult margin to come back in 1 inning. There's a strike zone. Again, this is a 7-inning contest. I don't think I've got the battery to play a 9-inning contest. That'll miss as well. We'll load the bases again. That brings up Old Curly, they call him. Wyatt Herring, he had a sac bunt to move Constantino over to third last time up. And that worked out perfectly because Sipe drove him in. Herring is 0 for 2 on the day officially, though. Scored a run after he reached on an error, though. He's facing Mobley. That one popped up in foul territory. Is it playable? No, it is playable, but couldn't make the grab is Justin Schooler. There's no 1 count. That's right off the camera. I almost could see that one. Eli Sipe in the on-deck circle. Mobley delivers. Breaking pitch. Herring absolutely went. I think it's 0-2. He even held it. He held it at the plate like he definitely went. Oh, 2. Fouled off. Mobley can't get a strikeout at least yet. Herring's doing a good job of battling. Still 0-2. down low for ball one. We got 17 viewers still in the chat. Love that. 1-2. Hit to the left of the second baseman, Logan Adams. He'll glove that one, throw across, and they'll trade him out for a run any day of the week, I'm sure. 1 out. Aaron Smith scores from third. The base runners move up. And it's 13-9 Wolfpack. That brings up Eli Stipe. I don't know. I don't think my camera can go that far, guys. We're walking into right field with it now. That one roped by Eli Stipe down the line, but foul. That would have been a double in the corner for sure. Smoked down there. We're getting into the bullpen range with the camera now. Really not sure of the range on that one. They're not really doing anything with it. I don't know why they're out there. 0-1 to Stipe. One and one now. Swung through. One and two count. Mobley trying to get out of this inning. Lead ball two. Stipe did not offer that pitch. Runner on second is Constantino. Runner on third is Wingard. 13-9 lead for the Pack. They've scored 3 so far this inning. That one runs inside. Stipe fouls it off. So right now the box score sits 9 runs for Ohio State, 12 hits, 5 errors. NC State 13 runs, 9 hits, 3 errors. So the 5 errors definitely coming into play as a factor. NC State's 13 runs, only 6 of them are earned. For the Buckeyes, only 4 of their 9 runs are earned. So earned runs only challenge. Wolfpack up 6-4. That one's fouled back again. Stipe. Man, all these guys, Aaron Smith, Herring, Stipe, they're all giving Mobley just a lot of trouble. A lot of foul balls. That one into center field. Backing up a little bit is Travis Logan, but he'll make the grab, and tagging from third is Jack Wingard. And they will throw to third, not even challenge Wingard at the plate. And that will be the 4th run of the inning. Second out as well. Constantino will stay at second base. That brings up Drew Stanfield, the 2 spot. So Eli Stipe with that sacrifice fly. That will be his 4th RBI of the day. I mean, I think he's a pretty good candidate for the player of the game here. 2 hits, 4 RBI, 2 runs. Could this be the day for Mobley? (14-9) your score now. Jake Montgomery is on deck. You see him there. Stanfield and Montgomery are no easy outs. Stanfield's got a double today. And that will be the day for Mobley. So we'll take a break, figure out who this new pitcher is, and then come right back. All right, to my knowledge, this is Gavin Steinecker, freshman from Williamsville, New York, on the mound. He's going to start Drew Stanfield out with a strike. This will be the 5th pitch of the day. Sipe takes off, and the ball's hitting the left field, but will make the grab is Frank Serralo out there. Or that was not Sipe, that was Constantino. He had a good jump. But it won't matter. Stanfield will fly out to left, and that will end the inning. We will come back for the top of 7th. The Buckeyes need 5 to keep this ball game going. We'll be right back here on YouTube.
The trusted authorities in pest protection have come together to introduce the new Authority Advantage Total Home and Yard Bundle. The industry's first of its kind solution that delivers inside and outside worry-free pest protection all year long. Authority Advantage is our best services bundled together to deliver pest-free peace of mind around the clock. And not just by anyone, but by experts, by the authorities on pests. Being an authority used to mean something. Get started with our new Authority Advantage Total Home and Yard Bundle today. No commitment, no contract, guaranteed. Protect your home with authority.
We're back for the top of the 7th here. Wolfpack 3 outs away from a 3rd victory in a row here at PCB. Jacob Jones still on the pump, and we talked last inning about his leash potentially in a 1-run ball game, 10-9, but I bet it's gotten a little longer. 14-9, the lead now. And I really doubt, unless Jones really struggles to get out of this inning, they bring in Eddie Thompson to shut it down. I think this is probably Jones's game to close. It is his birthday. Now, I don't think this can be counted a save anymore. When he came in, it was a save opportunity. I don't think I can rule with that anymore. Does he get the W? I think they got the lead after he came in. Leading things off is number 12, Alex Coons, the cleanup man. He's 2 for 4 today with 3 RBI. We got the lead. So, yeah, that's Jones. Jones is going to get the W here if he can secure this. 1-1 count to Coons. If the Wolfpack can get these last 3 outs, I think Ohio State would be 2-2 on the week, would be my guess. The player of the game, I'm going to give it to Eli Sipe if this all holds up. Going to miss high. 3 straight balls to Alex Coons after he started him off with a strike. Jones delivers. That one flared foul. 3-2. Jones delivers, swing and a miss. Alex Coons goes down swinging. That's a big out. Coons has been the best bat today for the Buckeyes. And that is the 5th strikeout of the day for Jacob Jones. Again, he's only retired 7 batters. 5 of them via the strikeout. 8 strikeouts today on the day for the team, as Shep struck out 3 to start. This is the 5 spot. But no, this should be Travis Logan. Logan's been hit for. This is number 29. Who is that? Jackson Murdelow, freshman from Lincolnshire, Illinois. Went to Stevenson High School. 6 foot tall, 190 pounds. I'm not sure if Sproul's going to recognize that. I might have to put that in after the game. Jones delivers. Not sure what the count is either. Two and 1 is the count. So a pinch hitter for the Buckeyes, trying to get things started here for them. Jones lifts his leg, delivers. Upstairs, it'll be 3 and 1. Jones, to this point, has thrown 51 pitches on his birthday. Outside corner, got it, strike 2. Murdalo thought he had a walk there. We'll have to do it again. Stream now over 3 hours long for the 7-inning baseball game. Yeah, that doesn't happen too often. It's actually more frequent. We get like a 90-minute game than a 3-hour game. That one will miss, and we have a 1-out walk for the Buckeyes. Here's Xavier White, the right fielder. Travis Logan, the center fielder that was just hit for, had walked 2 times already. So in that spot, there have been 3 walks today in the 5-hole for the Buckeyes. This is White. He's 2 for 3 today. Not having a bad day. Got an RBI. But the last time he was up, he struck out to Jacob Jones. Outside corner, got him. 0-1. Little backdoor action there. Jones, that might be his favorite pitch from today. I've seen it multiple times. Jones goes home. That'll miss. It'll be 1 and 1. Jones to the plate. Hit to the second baseman, Andrew Gaggas. Fields it himself, tabs on the base, and now to first. That's the ball game. A unassisted 4-3 double play for Andrew Gaggas to end this one. Good play there, Andrew. And we will finish this one up 14-9. Just took over 3 hours. But it was a good one, a fun matchup between these two teams. The offense got clicking after a couple innings. Had a messy first inning, but after that, NC State cleaned it up. Still 14-9, a high-scoring affair, but it was really fun to watch. The big 5th inning, I think it was the 5th inning, where Sipe homered, Stanfield doubled, Montgomery singled, and Creech singled all back-to-back. That was the difference maker on this one. They got hot that inning. They finally got to the pitcher, Connor Brenneman, who had done a couple solid innings of relief where the Wolfpack have been held scoreless. But the Wolfpack eventually shook him, got him out of the ball game, and win this one 14-9. A big victory, 3 in a row for the Wolfpack. They are now 26-1 all time in Florida. As the Wolfpack will now get it. They're talking to Antonio out there. So they're trying to end this week 4-1. They will play the next game tomorrow against Colorado State here on this very same field. We'll have the broadcast booth again. It'll be a good time. We're going to set up the dugout cam. And, I'm really excited about tomorrow as well. Colorado State is a very good program, and we're excited to play them for the first time in team history. NC State moves to 2-0 all time against the Buckeyes of Ohio State, and they move to 7-5 on the year. The Buckeyes fall to 9-8 to my calculations. I'm going to get Eli Sipe up here for our Player of the Game interview, and we will close out this broadcast. So stick around if you want to hear Eli Sipe. If not, thank you for tuning in, and have a good day. All right, I'm here with your player of the game, Eli Sipe, today. Sipe, let's go through your day. You had a home run, first of the year.
First of the year, first and forever.
When was the last time you hit a home run? I was going to ask you.
Probably 12 years. I hit them a lot on the little fields, but never on the big field. That's the first one.
Yeah, so you go 2 for 4 with 4 RBI and 2 runs scored. I actually mentioned on the broadcast you started your day with 2 strikeouts.
I did, yes.
Yeah, then what changed from to the third at bat?
I don't know what changed. Swing felt good all day, just missing it, not on time, and figured it out. Got on top of it.
Yeah, what did you see on that home run pitch? What pitch was that?
Fastball, middle.
There you go. That's an easy one to get out of there. Yeah, that's what you want.
Kept telling. I didn't know what happened. I thought it was a foul ball and off the fence.
Yeah, it was weird. Did it hit the foul pole or the fence?
I guess it hit the foul pole. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean.
But I'll take it, whatever.
And then the next time you come up, you have an RBI single.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
So that was another big moment in the game. Drove in another run. Are we seeing anything in particular there, or is another fastball down the middle?
Another fastball down the middle. Kind of got cuffed, but it went through the hole.
Well, there you go.
And I think that set the tone for the rest of the game and gave us the lead.
You had a really good defensive play in the 5th inning, I believe, when Jacob Jones came in, had the bases loaded, a ground ball hit to you, and instead of taking the easy tapping on third base, you threw home, like across your body to the plate and got the lead runner out at home. That was a big moment. I thought that was a really difference maker in the game. Yeah. What were you thinking there throwing home?
I actually scooted over to the left because the guy was eating us up in that hole, and then he actually hit it to my backhand. So I couldn't step on third, but I thought it best to get the lead runner there, which it worked out, and Jack made a good catch.
Yeah. How about so a little bit of dramatics there. Jack Wingard comes in to play catcher after Caden gets ejected.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Never thought I'd see Caden get ejected. He's actually like my Bible study leader back home on campus. So I was like, that's interesting, but.
I saw on the broadcast, Caden not in his life. It's crazy to me he could get ejected, but it did happen now.
Yeah,
for
he must have felt passionate about his calls.
Yeah. So how are you liking PCB this week?
Pretty good. I definitely feel like the team has gotten closer, so made it a lot more enjoyable hanging out with the guys on the beach and just going to the restaurants and whatnot.
Well, it's looking like it. 3 straight victories. 3-1 on the week. Got one more tomorrow against Colorado State.
Yep. Hope we get it done.
Yes, sir. Okay. Eli, thanks for the interview, man.
Yes, sir.
And that'll do it for the broadcast today. Thank you all for tuning in.